Welcome to The Endeavor, where we meet the makers of Christ-centered culture. Today we're talking with TBB Grooming Co., a brand that creates oils and balms for beards and skin, with the conviction that even the way a man cares for himself can reflect a biblical worldview. And joining us for the show, we have David, owner and founder of TBB Grooming Co. David, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Doing well. I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Great to have you. So tell us, David, what led you to start up this company, and tell us a little bit more about your products.
Yeah. So I started this just about 10 years ago. What I was running into is I had just an issue with dry, flaky skin on my face and in my head, and just kind of skin issues, but nothing too serious. And so I started experimenting with natural oils, with essential oils, and I realized that it was working. It was taking away the dry skin. It was taking away flakiness I was getting on the sides of my nose. And then I just kind of dove into just the world of skincare. If I ever do anything, I'm going to do it pretty hardcore. So I did a lot of researching. I bought products from other companies, experimented, and then just sort of landed on a unique concoction for my what I call my conditioning oil. And my conditioning oil is sort of the base of almost everything I make. Like I said, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. And so over the course of this time, I've created a whole bunch of scents. I've done tons of different kinds of product, but now I've kind of focused down on I make a conditioning oil, a conditioning balm. I do have some solid cologne, so it's in the same scent profile as the other things, but you can keep it in your pocket and just rub it on as you want to smell good throughout the day. I do have shampoo bars that I get made by a soapery or someone who makes soaps. That's the one thing I did not want to get too far into, considering there are some serious just risks with soap making, and I didn't have the time or the place to do it. So I do have that, some shampoo bars. I make salt spray, Himalayan salt spray for your hair and your beard. I make this whole shave line. It's all natural. Um, and then I do make washes that are all natural washes using a local Castile soap. That's probably been the hardest thing to do well. That's the kind of thing I've learned over the years is that there are countless formulas and ways to do these things that are natural, and they don't always work for everybody. And so I have probably made 10 different variations of my wash. It's something that it works well, but it never looks the way I want it to. So it's always interesting. I've talked to people again for years and years and years, and I've got people who've been coming back to me for probably most of my time that I've been in business. But my biggest thing I would say are oils and balms. Everyone needs them. They're great for your skin. Smell great. They're good. So
Thank you, David. That sounds great. Now, when it comes to a company like yours, many are tempted to think that these kinds of products only have to do with one's looks, and we are to uphold beauty. But as a Christian, is there more to the importance of considering these kinds of products?
yeah, that's something that again I talk to people about either explicitly or just sort of walking through why am I in business with people at events and such. It's not really for the beauty of things. It's not you don't use these things, these products to necessarily smell good or look good. It's to take care of your skin. It's to take care of your body. We've been given this body by God. We've been given the call to take care of it. And there are just so many things out there in the world that, as we pivoted in the 50s and 60s towards the more mass-produced side of things, it's got parabens, it's got preservatives. It's got stuff in these skincare products that just aren't good for your skin. Um, we've been using for, since man was creating, we've been using stuff from nature to take care of our skin. And so it's important to go back to that if we can. I mean, I've used products that come from the big box companies, They feel really greasy. They don't absorb into your skin well. They smell just way too strong because they're using not essential oils, but fragrance oils. Fragrance oils don't absorb well. They don't. Your body won't use it. It just kind of sits there. So as I've thought about how do I make a product and a product line that honors the creative mind that God's given us, honors the body that He's given us, and seeks to take care of it, that kind of built my line and built my company out of that concept. Outside of that, um, over the past 10 years, I have really just tried to be intentional with how I do business. I'm not looking to create these massive profit margins that are going to hurt the consumer. I'm generally very willing to discount or even give things away just to make sure that people are getting quality stuff. One of the products that I make that I forgot to mention earlier is I do make CBD salve. And the CBD salve has been so helpful to so many people. And I often will give it to someone. I make little travel size containers. I'll say, look, just take this with you. It's free. Just I want you to use it, but just let me know how it worked so that I can use that to tell other people. I've done big discounts at events, but my big thing is just I'm not doing this to hurt people's pocketbooks. I would rather them have a good, high quality, amazingly smelling product. And I mean, I've been doing it long enough that I know what my stuff is worth, and I know that I can, run big discounts. And if someone hasn't tried it before, hopefully that'll give them to see just how good it is. I want to honor God in the way that I treat people and the way that I run the business itself, and not trying to just gouge people, but to take care of them both in their skin and their pocketbook.
I just love that. Now, for somebody who hasn't really looked into these kinds of products, is there kind of a starting point, a main product that you would recommend for somebody to start out with?
Yeah, I generally say the oils and the balms are where you start. Most people either have the beard or they don't have the beard. I will always say oils and balms are the most tactilely familiar. You're used to using lotions, you're used to using pomades or things you rub in your hands. The oil is going to be a lot more conditioning. It has fatty amino acids, vitamins A, E, and D. It nourishes the skin to a much stronger degree, but your body absorbs it, needs it all up. The balms have the same vitamins, fatty amino acids. They add vitamin F and linoleic and oleic acids, which are also good for the skin. But because it has beeswax in the balm, your body tends to not absorb it as quickly, so it's not quite as softening and nourishing long term. So I use them together. I put, maybe a dime's worth of balm in my palm, and then maybe 2 or 3 drops of oil, and just sort of rub it all together, and then work that into my beard, all over my face. I have tattoos. I put them on my knees and elbows, run it through my hair. Whatever's left, I just kind of use it across my skin, and then within a few minutes, my hands are dry. I don't have to wash my hands off. Your body just absorbs it up, eats it up in your hands, which is just really great. But the oil and the balm are going to give you the nourishment that your body, your skin wants. Now, I will caveat that with if you only use it on Sunday to smell good and look good, it's kind of like when you get sick. You can't just take vitamin C right as you get sick. It's not going to help you because you're already sick. In the same sense, if you just use the oils and the balms to take care of your skin, really just on the weekend or every so often, 3 times a month, your body's not going to know what to do with those vitamins and those fatty amino acids. You use it regularly, your body's going to begin to recognize, oh, I'm getting this, so let's start using it the way it should be. I always tell people that if you are combating like the beard itch or the beard drift, where you always have like dry skin on your face, you got to use it for 2 weeks straight, every day, 2 weeks straight, because that's about how long it takes for your body to begin to recognize that it's getting certain vitamins and fatty amino acids to then use them in the blood and actually help out. If you don't use it for 2 weeks, it's probably not going to make a big difference.
David, as you learned and began making your products, was there anything that stood out to you or you learned about God during and through the process of making your products?
Well, I mean, he's a god of order. I mean, there's a reason this stuff works. If there was no order in the universe, if he hadn't created things to make sense and be understandable, we couldn't do this. We'd just be rubbing stuff against our body and hoping it worked. So that's one big thing. I mean, I've been blessed to do community through this as well. I mean, I don't do this nearly as much as I used to do it. Man, 5 years, and it's just crazy to think 5 years ago I was still doing this, and it was a lot more of a part of my my life. But with kids and jobs and stuff, this is definitely a part-time venture. But having done this, I've gotten to meet countless other companies. I've gotten to be able to talk about Christ just through how I treat people, how I act, how I go to events. It's just been really cool to see how God can take something as relatively insignificant as a single person making stuff on his own. I've had people tell me how, like, the CBD stuff has cured psoriasis, it has taken away migraines, it's taken away rheumatoid arthritis. I've had people who've been using my oils and balms for almost a decade, and they continually come back because they have tried other things, or people have given them other product and it just doesn't work as well. They don't like the way it smells, the way it feels. And I mean, I've been able to have conversations and sit down and just talk with people at different events and stay together through social media, or even sharing phone number and texting each other. It's just been really awesome to see how God can use. Again, I'm one guy who makes all this on my own. I don't have a production line. I don't have a warehouse where I make and store all this, but he can even use me to connect and to create and to sort of just proclaim the glory of creation and the glory of those made in his image by taking care of the skin and the body that we've been given.
Well, that's definitely encouraging. And so when it comes to figuring out what product to use, do you offer any kind of assessment or guidance for customers to navigate through the different options that you offer?
Sure, for free. I mean, that's one reason I love doing these kind of things, like going to events and talking to people, is sort of overcoming the objection of, well, why would I use this? What should I use?
Yeah.
Those are always fun conversations because it shows that I'm not just a snake oil salesman. Like, I've done my research. I kind of know. I won't say that I'm a chemist by any stretch of the imagination, but I've spent a lot of time researching and doing this, so I love talking about it.
That's great, brother. And what are your thoughts on Christians supporting other Christians and their endeavors?
Well, man, I mean, not to get political, but those on the other side do it all the time. I mean, they will intentionally go out of their way to spend extra money with the companies that are spewing bad theology, bad politics, just meanness generally. Christians should be willing to take a chance on those that are brothers or sisters in Christ who have done something unique, special, good. No, I mean, I will also say, always vet things. Make sure that the products are actually made with quality ingredients. Check, make sure the people themselves are good. I mean, it's just always good to be discerning. That is one thing we're called to do as Christians. And I don't think we should turn off our discerning brain when we look at people who make stuff, still seek to be glorifying to the Lord based on the way that you interact and think and use that mind that sets us apart from everything else.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, David. Really appreciate your time, and it was an honor to meet you, brother.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
All right. And listeners, TBB Grooming Co. has a discount code for our Wrath and Grace Universe, our WG Universe app users. The code is WNG25. Again, that's WNG25. And that will give you a 25% off discount off your full order. No minimum purchase. All orders over $30 gives you immediate free shipping. Explore our WG Universe directory, Kingdom Connect, to find TBB Grooming Co. as well as other Christ-exalting ministries. And for more free content and resources, visit wrathandgrace.com. Until next time, this was The Endeavor.